Hello, Rednecks World. All right, we're back to the conversation of sanding. Sanding on my baby. So this is what we're going for, but we are stripping this. And that roof is perfect. You can feel it. It feels really nice. I got rid of all of that. I ran into some body work that was done up here on the front. That is actually a hole, and I will be repairing that, but along with this crack. This is what you're going for when you're stripping, but when do you strip and when do you not strip? So this is why I was saying keep sanding, because it's not good enough. We can feather this out. I'm going to end up sanding this whole quarter panel down with 80 grit so we can primer it at least above the molding. This is going to come off. We're going to strip the trunk, and the reason we're stripping it is that's a rust hole. There's cracks and stuff that's down deep, but when you're suspecting there's bad body work, that's when you strip it. You want to get down to whatever was done before, and if you take a good look, there's scratches, deep scratches and cracks all throughout this roof. And as you can see on the other side, there's no reason for it. All these spots are water spots and like little spots that the cracks have went all the way down to the metal, and it's water formed right there and caused a little bit of rust. So we're sanding that out so it'll be good enough for primer. And primer, this is steel, made in America, baby. So the little bit of rust will sand off and that won't be a problem. But like this right here is paint crack. So we want to strip that off too. So the top of the deck lid is not part of the roof, but it is part of the roof. That's kind of. So this quarter panel is going to look like the other quarter panel. It's got some weird stuff right there that you can see. But we're not stripping the whole quarter panel. We are going to strip a little bit of the door, but we're not stripping the whole door. If your paint looks like this is okay. We can primer this. Primer is going to fill in some of it. And it's better to use primer as a filler than filler, because every one of these Mustangs, the roof flexes. So you get too much product up here and it's going to crack because it's flexing. When air's flowing over this thing, and we're building them to go fast. But even like your regular 5.0 car or 4-cylinder car, if you're driving it in a high windy area, it's going to get it's going to flex. Don't know why they flex so much, but they do flex, and it only flexes so much. It's not like it's just completely going to bow in on you, but they flex, and that's what cracks paint. So things with I don't like to put Bondo in roofs, deck lids, or hoods. This hood has some weird stuff in it, like little bubbles in the paint. I don't know if you can see. It just looks like dust covered, but they're very fine. I think I'm going to just sand that with 180 grit. I'm not planning on stripping the hood. It's fiberglass anyway. So this car will be gray here soon, and in primer, once it's in primer, we'll block it all out. And I'll go over it a little more on where we're going to do body work, why we're doing it. We're also doing, trying to get these put back on that car and finish that car. Look at that beautiful beast. I don't know, it's just a fender. And my camera's actually picking up some of the pearl, which is awesome. I love that pearl. There's nothing cleaner than a nice white old school blue pearl paint job. Not like the Escalade where it's got the gold pearl. It just doesn't look right. Anyways, like, subscribe, and we'll keep you updated. Well, boys and girls, it looks like a mess, but It's getting there. I got a little more mud work to do. So underneath anything you fill, you wanna grind down the bare metal. But I've got the car all sanded. Not all sanded. I've got the roof all stripped. And it is all stripped. I just have a fender on the roof right now. Didn't do the deck lid. I've got to take the spoiler off still. And below the moldings I've got to do. But went over the whole car, and I did lie earlier. I did the quarter panels with 180, not 80 grit. So we got those feathered out real nice. But that's all the dents and dings that were in this car. Was, you know, the top of the fender had some weird paint stuff going on. But a couple little dings in this door. And a little bit on that fender. And overall, the car's pretty good. So I'll know more when I get into the deck lid, but I'm not expecting anything because the deck lid is deck lid. So, but yeah, we got the pillars, the A-pillars all sanded. I'm still gonna fix that. I haven't prepared that yet, but got the hood all sanded down. And yeah, it looks like a mess because I've got, you know, sanding stuff on the car. I moved that around a little. I've got a few months to do this car, so I'm not really in a big rush, but I am in a little bit of a rush because I want to get it in primer. So, but this is the pretty much just before primer. I'm not thinking I'm going to prime anything as far as the ground effects and below the molding. I will probably primer the rear bumper and the front bumper, but those are coming off the car when I sand those, and that just ensures that we get everything perfect. So should be a sweet ride when it's all done, but we'll keep you updated. I'm going to get it gray as the next step, and then we're going to wet sand it and get it ready for paint on the next step. So for you beginners, I would mask everything off before you sand. I'm a professional, and we're going to take all of this window trim off and replace it. It's all getting new. All of that is all going new. So the car's going to look a lot worse here soon. But